Alright, well, Chapter 2 begins with us, been about 2 weeks since the events of Chapter 1.
So, probably just about enough time for everyone involved to, hopefully mentally decompress a little bit and, if they're lucky, get some therapy and forget about it.
I don't think we're gonna be lucky enough to get therapy out of these kids.
Well, it was worth a shot.
I mean, does a forced mind wipe count as therapy?
Yes? Question mark?
I think the jury's out on that one.
I say, like, if you go through a kind of trauma, but then the trauma is, like, forcibly erased from your mind.
I guess it depends on, like, if there's any chance of that trauma ever coming back? Because that mind wipe that Ko was subject to, like, 2 weeks ago didn't really seem to stick.
I mean, I guess that's a good point. You know, what are the odds that these kids are going to get wrapped up in another eclipse?
Given that we've still got probably 40 hours left to go, I'm gonna say a lot.
Anyway, haha, you know, Ku is a bachelor by himself. He can't cook.
Ah, yes, the beautiful perils of, living alone and being a scatterbrained dipshit, literally forgetting to eat sometimes.
You're just gonna stand there? You're not gonna say hi or anything?
So this is Grandpa Kokonoe, and he's about to beat the shit out of Ku.
I like this man already.
Oh yeah, sure, he found out.
Yeah, if you say so, you tiny little narc.
Oh yeah, but I don't know if you you caught this earlier, but she lured him here by saying that she had a job for him and he was gonna get paid to work at the shrine.
So, she basically, like, in everything but the death part, just set up a hit for this poor kid.
And then she's just gonna casually walk away and be like, "Alright, Koo, see you in homeroom."
You know, I think I kind of gravely underestimated Towa. She seems pretty fucking awesome so far. What does it say about me that I'm immediately on the side of, like, literally anyone that makes this poor dipshit suffer intensely? Oh, he's like, well, if I can handle fighting monsters, surely kicking the shit out of one old man shouldn't, be difficult.
You would think, but... yeah, we're gonna find out that Grandpa is, Grandpa's got some meat on those bones. Anyway, something that will be more apparent as we get further into the game is that Tokyo Xanadu is kind of structured a lot like a... It's almost structured a lot like a TV series, in that every chapter actually opens with the OP, and that as we get further in and the chapters get longer, there will be save points that have, like, these static screens that are almost like commercial breaks of sorts. Like, it's a really interesting structure.
You know, I actually kind of thought about doing something like that with, like, Judgment. Like, just having the opening play every chapter, but I kind of decided against that because I thought it would be kind of annoying, but I guess props to Falcom for going through with the idea.
Because, like, I remember, like, Asura's Wrath does that too, and, like, Asura's Wrath isn't that long of a game, so it kind of overstays its welcome after, like, the third time you see it in the span of, like, I don't know, like, 2 hours.
I kind of like it here, just because also, you know, the further you get into the game, obviously, the more you understand what everything is supposed to be. Because this is a very, like, we're not going to mince words, this is a very near kind of intro, where they just blatantly spoil, like, everything that's going to happen, but you don't realize it. And then, but since you see more and more of it as you get into the game, it becomes almost like a, oh, what's this? We haven't seen this yet.
Like, yeah, like, I was gonna ask, like, do they sort of do, like, what certain animes do and just, like, update the opening, like, every now and then, like, with, as, like, more plot-relevant things sort of reveal themselves, or...?
No, it's the same opening every time.
Cause, yeah, like, I was also just thinking, like, you know, it kind of surprises me a tiny bit, like, that this game never, like, got an actual anime adaptation because it wants to be one super fucking hard.
You know, well, speaking of that, we're gonna date this video by saying that, apparently, Cold Steel, they actually just recently announced an anime for the, for Trails of Cold Steel, so... make of that what you will.
Even if I lose everything else, someday I want to go to the place of memories with him.
What?
I was gonna say that sounded about approximately as clear as me trying to spit out a mouthful of Japanese after, like, taking a couple of classes of it in high school.
Well, I mean, this is a class full of Japanese students in Japan, so...
yeah, I'm not gonna like knock him for that. I just was not expecting the sudden untranslated text boxes.
Anyway, this is Mr. Goro. He's the English teacher, and he's the one that everybody loves.
Yeah, he does seem like he'd be the hot for teacher type. The one on the receiving end of the hot for teacher stuff, I mean, not
I mean, if Mr. Goro wants to get fresh with his coworkers, I guess that's more appropriate than like Ryota.
Oh, but don't forget, this is a persona, so I hope you've been brushing up on your literature.
Is it like legit hard, like, type stuff that like Persona sometimes whips out of nowhere?
I'll let you decide for yourself here.
Alright, let's see. Okay, yeah, no, that's...
That one, I think you could be fine as long as you're like passingly familiar with like what the Odyssey is, I suppose. And I sure hope you are if you're, you know, fluent in English.
I pity the poor bastard who somehow thought the Call of Cthulhu was Greek literature. Also, what fucking high school is potentially reading the Call of Cthulhu as part of its course syllabus anyway?
I mean, maybe for like an elective class?
Our reward for getting questions correct in class is an extra point of wisdom, and believe me, there are a ton of easy wisdom points lying around if you are even passingly familiar with the subjects that the game asks about. Like, this is... Persona this ain't. These are all pretty easy stuff.
It's a shame some of that wisdom couldn't rub off on Ryota, though, but that's another issue.
I feel like it would be wasted on Ryota.
Aw, don't sell yourself that short, June. I'm sure it'll be fucking awesome one day.
I mean, June is he's the right kind of pretty boy that he could definitely have that kind of effect on people.
And again, just fucking narking on him out of nowhere.
I mean, she says she's sorry, but I'm not sure I buy it.
Me neither.
Oh yeah, no, this woman is a stone-cold killer. that beautiful half-second glare of contempt for him.
Well, I mean... She's not really a big fan of Ku in general. So you asked about the mind wipe.
You know, I knew that it was just a matter of, like, that was coming either way. But still, good on them that they actually remembered it.
I like the unspoken implication that she was absolutely going to mind wipe Ku again, but she can't because now he has a sword.
Again, given the frequency that they've been happening and this has been going on for decades, like, I'm kind of surprised they're not public knowledge at this point.
Maybe those mind wiping things are a lot more effective than we're giving them credit for.
Gee, I wonder why. She might be avoiding you. It's almost like she doesn't want you asking questions or something. It's alright though. Our boy Ku understands that there's nothing more important than being persistent when you have been repeatedly told that you don't want this person to talk to you. Anyway, now that we've gotten back to gameplay, we've got a few new things. Like I said, as mentioned, all the shops update, everything. We've got all kinds of new goodies that we can go buy. But first, it's very important to harass our definitely not girlfriend.
So it's weird as hell that only one half of that conversation was voice acted.
Oh, that's a big thing in these kinds of games. Cold Steel has a really similar problem where the voice actor for the main character is expensive. So, he has a lot less voice lines than everybody else.
That's super weird. Now I'm kind of wondering if that's gonna carry over to the anime that Cold Steel's getting.
We can only see.